You're not lazy, you're emotionally numb. What you call laziness is actually your brain operating on autopilot, going through the motions without feeling satisfaction from success, experiencing emotional numbness as a growing sense of detachment from things that once mattered. You've built your life around the idea that sustained output is proof of wellness, following online culture that rewards productivity, hustle, and constant self-optimization. But here's the brutal truth. You're not broken. You're just following a system designed to disconnect you from genuine motivation. What's actually happening is this. You've been following productivity advice that treats motivation like a machine. Just add the right habits, optimize your schedule, and watch your output increase. But the system has a fatal flaw. When you force behaviors without addressing dopamine dysregulation, even self-care becomes something to do correctly, adding pressure instead of relieving it. Your brain's reward pathways start to associate effort with obligation rather than satisfaction. Consider the shift in how self-help wisdom gets deployed. Books like As a Man Thinketh by James Allen taught that thoughts shape reality through internal alignment, connecting your deepest values to your daily actions. That's fundamentally about coherence between what matters to you and how you spend your time. But productivity culture hijacked that insight and turned it into a checklist. Instead of asking, what genuinely matters to me? You're asking, what's the most efficient way to get through my to-do list? The result is predictable. When you force systems without inner alignment, you create emotional disconnection. This happens because your prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function, becomes overloaded managing external demands, while your limbic system, which processes emotional reward, remains unstimulated. You're performing the motions of productivity while your actual values, the things that would generate real motivation, stay buried. That's not laziness. That's dopamine dysregulation masquerading as a productivity problem. This is why burnout feels so different from simple tiredness. You can rest and still feel numb. You can accomplish goals and feel nothing. The conventional productivity framework promises that optimization leads to satisfaction, but it delivers the opposite. More output, less connection to why any of it matters. When your brain's reward pathways become dysregulated from constant external pressure, sustained output without alignment equals numbness, which your executive function eventually reads as a reason to stop trying altogether. So you've been treating motivation like a machine when it's actually about neurochemical alignment. Have you noticed that even when you complete your to-do list perfectly, you still feel disconnected from what you accomplished? Comment your thoughts below. Drop your answer in the comments below. Here's what's really happening when that numbness takes over. Stop forcing productivity systems. Instead of adding another habit tracker or morning routine, pause everything for 1 week. 1 book plus 1 weekly behavior. No exceptions. The constant optimization has been covering up the real problem. Your brain needs time to reset its reward pathways. When you stop forcing systems, you create space for your executive function to recalibrate and notice what you're actually avoiding. Reconnect with what actually energizes you. Ancient wisdom in texts like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius teaches something productivity culture forgot. Genuine motivation comes from alignment between your deepest values and your daily actions. This alignment triggers healthy dopamine release because your brain recognizes authentic reward. Spend 15 minutes each morning asking not, what should I accomplish today? But what would I pursue if I felt genuinely excited about it? Notice what comes up when you remove the pressure to be efficient and allow your natural reward system to guide you. Build from authentic desire rather than external pressure. Combine accessible classics with a light but disciplined system. Start with one action that connects to what you discovered in step 2. Not because it's the right thing to do, but because it feels aligned with who you actually are. When motivation comes from internal coherence instead of external shoulds, Your brain's reward pathways naturally sustain the behavior without requiring forced willpower to maintain it. You've been treating motivation like a machine when it's actually about neurochemical alignment. Most people never get past step 1 because they're addicted to the feeling of productivity without the substance. They mistake dopamine spikes from checking boxes for genuine reward system activation. But when you stop forcing systems and start from authentic desire, you discover that real motivation doesn't require willpower. It requires honesty about what genuinely matters to you and allowing your brain's natural reward mechanisms to function properly. Subscribe for more brutal truths about self-improvement lies and watch this next. It goes even deeper.